Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Hello. So, my name's Roxanne Lee, and I am a business, I work at a law firm. I, am a mom, but I actually am well known for being part of a band from the early 2000s called Science of Music. Wow, it just feels weird saying the word science and music again. I don't even know where to start. I guess there was a documentary about us, so I guess we start at the very beginning like they did, and this is all basically my point of view of everything. So, it all started, I think, I'm trying to remember when we all met. I think it was the early 2000s. I think it might have been 2002, I think, is when we all met. We were very popular. We had the most popular songs out there. And there was a lot in the news about us. And it was just a lot of chaos. So I'm going to start at the very beginning. Around the time when Bruno left. So when he left, I think it was very hard on the band. Because it was going very good. We were doing great. We had a nice area to do it. He was amazing at the drums. We were all doing great. He went off and became so popular, which I'm very happy for him. That is amazing. It's just, I don't have exact words. I feel more like only if we were able to kind of be a part of it with him, but I'm also very happy that he was able to kind of just live the perfect dream that we all of us had when we started our little Science and Music band in that itty-bitty basement. We all just wanted that, but I guess it only really works out for one person. And then, after he left, now we have our nice replacement. And, well, that was an interesting replacement. It was our science teacher, Harry. And I have to say, I kind of was more rude to him, I feel. And I apologize. It's just, I was kind of a high schooler at the time. It just kind of felt weird that we were starting a band with a guy that was when he was 20, we were not born yet, kind of thing. But I felt he was very good drumming, all of that. He was good at helping us kind of learn things, because he was doing music since the 60s or the 50s. So it kind of did help us kind of elevate where we were doing music-wise. And then was our prom. We were amazing. I remember before that show, when I was getting dressed and my mom was like, oh my gosh, you guys are going to be getting a record signed. That is amazing. But, I thought she was kind of just trying to make it feel more, oh my gosh, you're so good at this sort of thing. But, I mean, she wasn't wrong. That's when we got our record signed. That night, it was awesome. I did not think that we were going to get signed. It was a dream. At that time, it was everything that I think our band could have wished for all together. Then after that was our song that we released, Two Hearts. I feel like that was also part of the dream. Everything's just coming true. At that moment, everything was just coming true. It felt like our dreams and everything we worked hard for was happening all in those little minutes. It was only a few weeks, too. It was amazing. I just never knew we were capable of that when we were in high school. Like, only the best of the best got that far. And that started to make me think we were the best of the best. But, okay, my opinion on how Kat got, though, after all of the fame, how she was very wild. And I'm not going to sit here and junk talk her, even though it is way more obvious and clear that we heavily dislike each other. We cannot stand each other. But I'm not going to junk talk her. I'm just going to say I feel like she could have focused a little more better on the band than she did. Because I feel like she was using the fame to get things she wanted for free. Free food, free clothes, haircuts, everything. She was using it more for her advantage, and we were using it more to make people happy. She kind of took advantage of all the fame she was getting, and then sort of just used it for what she wanted versus what we could have used to make amazing music. That's just my opinion. Oh, another thing about Kat was she was showing up late to everything. When we were trying to write another album, we were trying to make an album, she was late. And then Frank, when we were in the middle, Frank is amazing now. I love the movies he made, but I feel like his passion was more that than it was the music. Whenever we were just trying to sing and stuff, he sort of just wanted to go the other way. He wanted to talk about his script and stuff, which is okay. But I feel like when we were in the middle of trying to make an album, that was not okay. I think instead of running out of the room to go write it, he could maybe bring a notepad when we were in the middle of practice, and then he could write it down again later, if that makes any sense. But he just kind of was hard to focus on. Back on the topic with Harry. It was hard when there was a lot of drama. We're getting to the point in the band where there was a lot of drama. No one could talk to each other without fighting. I was getting frustrated with just I think my passion for the music was a lot different than theirs was. I think they all just sort of turned away. Matt was the only one that I feel like kind of stuck to it, but he also started acting like it was only for him, but we'll also talk about that more later. And then we also have the problem I had with Matt too, was he just sort of took control of everything. No one listened, and that's when we started to fight. Me and him both had a very strong passion about music. So much that our music was kind of going different ways. We were starting to more butt heads than try to like team up and make great songs. And that's when we found out it was taking impact on Harry. And then when I heard that I don't even remember his name anymore. Our music lister dude, I don't know, the guy that signed us, if you remember his name, you remember it. He told us to clean up our act, and it was definitely a good thing, because that's when we went on and did Total Request Live, and we did actually a lot better than we did. I thought we would have done, and that actually sort of helped. It cleaned our act up, and we started to go to rehearsals a little more, but then we just kept fighting again and again and again. And then it was time to release our new album. And that's when Matt and all the band members started to have a problem. When he decided that it was okay to make all the music on the album his music, I was not okay with that. He basically took over the entire album, sung the whole thing, and I just sort of felt like that was the last straw. He started to act like it was his band now. We were all the background characters, even though the band was all of us, and he sort of just took over. It was his now, and he didn't care. And I can tell I'm starting to get a little angry about it, but I think that's one thing. Like, I keep apologizing for all the things that I did in this little documentary/interview thing. That's where I think he needs to reach out to all of us and apologize, is he made all this music and then didn't care and like just went off and did it all on his own. And then after that, we sort of all just started slowly parting ways. You know, Kat was living her crazy partying lifestyle. Frank was writing more scary movie scripts. Jet and Lyra were, like, when I heard that they were kind of doing their own thing in the band, I couldn't really blame them. After the move that Matt made, at that time, I just kind of felt like the band was over. It was broken. There was no point. It was Brookfest 2004. When I got the call, I was still feeling like it was sort of pointless. I was done. Why am I still a part of this band? But when I got the call, I sort of felt different about it. I just sort of thought, this could be like the next move for us. Maybe it's not over yet. Maybe we just hit a bump in the road. And, you know, we were all excited. But then, during rehearsal, again, me and Matt got into a heated agreement for, I think, like the 7th time that week. 1 per day each week. It was hard for Harry to kind of keep up. He just had heart problems. We sort of were feeling better in the dressing room. We were all getting ready when Frank got a call that Kat got into a hit and run. And all I could think was, I was right. It's over. Why did we try to keep going? And after that, it was officially over. All of us were done. Kat. Well, where do I start? She went to jail. Like, the amount of times I've seen her go to jail on the news was actually crazy. So So now her book. So I'm going to read this out loud. I saw this in the documentary. Here's what I have to say about her book. I don't read books. I only read children's books and law books, not books for stupid people. So, this is what the page about me has to say. This is Kat. I spent months wondering why everyone was mad at me. My intuition told me someone was trying to sabotage me. Someone within the band. And that someone was Roxanne. I was not trying to sabotage her. I was trying to make her be on time. I was trying to make her better. But I mean, I guess sabotage is a word that we use for people trying to help others nowadays. Listen, everyone thought Roxanne was a nice girl. But let's be real. She's the human equivalent of a septic tank. Listen, honey, I'm not you. I'm not a septic tank. Maybe you're just jealous because I actually succeeded in life, have a family, and didn't wound up going to prison. And then, we were all just doing our best. And that's when we got asked to do Brookfest 2024. And it went amazing. In my opinion, it couldn't have gone better. But after that, I saw a post about all these rumors that were posted before Brookfest. So I went live, which I'll have them put a picture of it on the screen. I went live to kind of clear up all of the weird confusion, the conflict, all of it. And, I was not junk talking anyone. I was being very nice. I was talking about how I'm so happy for Frank, I'm happy for Matt, happy for Jet and Lyra. I didn't have much to say about Kat. I just said, I heard that she wrote a book. I had a lot. I was very nice about all of them. And then I read a comment on my live stream by Kat. And she was like, yeah, the book's awesome. You should read it. It kind of reveals some secrets about Little Miss Perfect on the screen. I actually was infuriated by that. To the point where we started to go back and forth on Twitter. Alright, so now that we kind of covered all of the documentary part and how we did at Brookfest, I feel we did great. There was a big gap in between where I just sort of disappeared. And this is sort of what happened for me. I went to college, sort of just celebrated, had fun, and I met my husband there, and now we have a family. And then, at college it was sort of hard for me to make friends because everybody just knew me from them. They knew me from science music. They knew me from from albums. They just knew me for that. And a lot of the time, the people only wanted to be friends with me because of that. So it was very hard. Science and music kind of made it hard for me to have a social life. But I feel like, so my opinion on science and music is, it was very, there were highs and lows because of it. A lot of the lows were people only wanted to talk to me because of it. All I ever heard was, when I'm out in public, was, oh my gosh, how was that? Did you like that song? What's your favorite? What was your favorite to make? It just kind of gets annoying after a while. The highs are, I don't think I would change a single thing that happened for the world. I wouldn't change Kat's rudeness. I wouldn't change Frank's creativity for the movies. I wouldn't change Matt's music. I wouldn't change Jet and Lyra's fame. I wouldn't change Harry's just oldness. I wouldn't change any of it for the world. I wouldn't change my own life. So truly, science and music did make us who we are today. And no matter how angry and how much I don't like Kat and how much me and Matt fought, how much I yelled at Frank for not focusing, how much Harry just kind of was hard to please. How much Jet and Lyra just... They were fine. They were great. They actually were the best. But out of all of them, I wouldn't change a thing for the world. I think even though the band split up, we all fought, I think it was pretty good. And I have a question, not a question, but something to say. Before I heard the call of Brookfest, I was thinking about it like weeks before. Like, I was thinking about it when I saw the documentary came out, and I thought, I'm probably never going to pick up a guitar again. The time we were supposed to be at Brookfest was it. We didn't do it. And that was the day before we got the call. As if it was a sign that I was not supposed to stop yet. And I decided to not. So when we went on, I had plenty of time to think about it, and I decided, I think I'm going to go back to making my own songs. Just to see how I do. And maybe I'll do better than I imagined. Just start writing a few things. And I actually did write a song. Want to hear it? Here, let's get somewhere better for it.
You say it's hard to tell just what I'm thinking. You think it's hard to see behind my smile. I'll say whatever you want, let you walk into my heart if you want to.